Hey guys, maybe part two from just a little while ago or even last night. Welcome back to all of you that are coming back. Maybe, and we'll see how this day takes us. Maybe it's going to be a roller coaster ride, so buckle up. Safety first, as always. Remember that. Always buckle up. Don't drink and drive. Put two hands on the steering wheel. Try to maintain a safe speed. Don't drive like a grandma, though. So, how are we doing? Hopefully, we are all doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I took some meds already this morning. As I was on my buddy's show, Black Jay, um, Black American Expat. Wonderful show. I'd like to yell out to Mikey 550. Say hey to him. Yeah. Hope you all doing a good job, having being safe, getting ready for the big turkey day. Then you guys are gonna have that. What's it? Black Friday, and then what? Monday. They have that Cyber Monday. I think Cyber Monday would be more exciting. Here you go, Aloe. I got a link open for you to hop on. I even named the show after you. Yeah, but we're doing pretty good. It's a uh, light overcast right now. Hey Ross, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy. Hey, whoever's listening right now, my show is strictly entertainment. Uh, it's to amuse you, to keep you entertained. Don't think if you're here to get proper advice, instructions, you might be lucky and get something, a freebie. But my channel is not really a educational channel. My channel is strictly a humorous entertainment. We are here to catch something that other channels are not doing, or they don't think it's necessary. But my channel, I want to have some kind of fun, enlightenment, bring people together like we are bellying up at the bar and we are just slapping each other's backs, having a good time. Um, I don't want to embarrass anybody or give them a black eye. That's not the intent of my show. I just hope everybody can get some kind of entertainment out of this. Um, I am still pretty new. I only been out since February, and so I apologize if I come out not like really knowing what I'm doing. This is still a learning event for me. But we do have its moments that we have an excellent day and we have an excellent panel and everybody is doing great. So yeah, pretty. You never know who's gonna come on and you never know what's gonna happen. I'm just curious if Aloe is gonna come on. don't be shy, Alo. You're not shy. I'm sorry. Go back. Yeah, pretty good. Talked to my daughters every last night. They are all doing very well. Pretty happy about that. Had a very good night after the show. Talked to my daughters and um, got some new pictures, photographs of my family. So yeah, you know, we my they're gonna have a Christmas program. So my daughters want some new clothes, shoes, and stuff. Shoes don't last long over there in the Philippines, uh, especially if they gotta walk a good distance to go to school. So it's pretty good. They're doing pretty well. So we're just out hanging out, seeing who's gonna show what's gonna happen. This was an unplanned, unscheduled event, so you never know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Good evening, good evening. Do you hear me loud and clear?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm fine. How about you? I mean, do you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, bud, I hear you very good, very well.
Okay, no crackling out or something like that, because
Nope.
that's what usually happens. I had a problem with that the last time when I went on Jeff Porter's show.
Well, we hear you very loud and clear.
Perfect. That's how it should be. You know, there is a small misunderstanding here, but I thought because you put my name on your show right now, I felt like I had to come on. What I
Oh, you
meant
said you said
over
over there. You
on
put my name on, and you'll come on. So don't tell me that.
no, I did not. I just said go on and continue uh, with the show, because we had a really great panel on the other
Well, we're gonna
channel.
have a great
You
panel
know,
too.
with all the superstars, and I hope that they are coming in here as well, because I told
Hey,
them, hey, let's go over on Big Kev's show.
hey,
And here we
just
go.
keep your
We
damn
got
pants on.
Skydragon.
Just calm down, damn it. He's coming on. Everybody's gonna. We got Sky Dragon on right now. Just
That's
being
perfect. That's a good
patient.
start.
Don't start causing waves in a small pond.
Hi, Skydragon. How are you doing?
Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
do I complain when you bother me early in the morning? No, I always say hi here, and
I never bother you in the early morning.
well, it's your late, but it's my early.
What time is it over there, by the way?
10:01 in the
10:01.
morning time.
Okay. It's 5 p.m. over here.
Well, then you got a long time, so you got an hour before dinner.
Yeah,
And what's
Kudania, look at this. All-star lineup is building up.
see see. So just calm down, and you're gonna more people are coming, and we're gonna have like a little witch hunt on you.
I told Seth to get on your show, but he said that I guess he's like out getting some food, but he might come back and talk to a couple of other guys and told them to come over and say hi or even hop on the show. And
No,
yeah,
those
let's see
guys
what
are my
happens.
characters. This is the new and they are the old, you know. In with the new, out with the old.
Skydragon, what time is it over there where you are?
Oh, I'm in the same time zone. 10:01.
Okay.
Same time zone with Kev.
Same time zone, okay, yeah.
So what is your plan, Alo? What is your main function? Why are you loitering in a neutral country?
What do you mean by that? What is my plan? I'm planning to go to Australia in a couple of weeks.
It looks like you're hiding in a neutral country just in case that the big one happens. You can hide.
You mean you're talking about the earth? You're talking about the earthquake?
No, I'm talking about the flash of light and the crispy. When the big war comes and we're gonna drop the big one, and there's gonna be a flash of light. In one moment, there's somebody, and then next moment, they are just like an ash.
That sounds kind of biblical, like the last days.
Well, hey, you know those crazy people holding up the cardboard? Maybe they're not so crazy after all. You know what I mean? So
I'm not really sure if I understand what you're talking about right now.
Well, see, like when those crazy people that stand on a street corner and they have signs that say the days are coming.
I got it. Like the second coming of the Lord and stuff like that. Yeah.
You better repent and be baptized. Well, so you better hey, I'll baptize you. I'll hold you under the water until you start jerking, and I'll hold you under just a little bit longer just to make sure you feel the Holy Ghost. But I'm not
religion?
Then
By the way, what religion are you?
Limp, then I know you didn't receive the Holy Ghost. But if you come up and you're gasping for air, then I know you received the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
I just want to catch
you
that
go
on
to
camera.
church quite often, right? You seem to go to church quite often.
Evidently, I don't go there too often because I get most of it wrong. Fall asleep a lot.
But like every Sunday, at least every Sunday.
Well, yeah. I go to church and I sit next to my CIA members. But
okay.
Because remember, I told you last time we talked, I got CIA connections, and if you need anybody like snuffed, whack, or even a family member, you let me know, and we could talk it out, and we could make arrangements price wise, like how much, like the higher the money, the more you dislike the guy. The lower the money, that means you like the person more.
Well, that Jericho Daniel would be a real bargain.
Well,
I like Jerry. So.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know if I lost connection. Can you guys hear me?
Not really.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I was.
No, it's coming in kind of like.
Can you hear
me?
Me?
Out a little bit.
Me?
Hi, Jerry.
Out a bit, right? Or is it just me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you talk a little bit louder? Can you talk a little bit louder?
You know what? Let me try to get back in again.
I speak into the mic, not into the mouse.
On the wrong show because I see Alo's here and I don't want to go.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Just using the mouse, this idiot.
Let me go out. I think I got some.
Just pull back the mouse plug and put it back in.
You asshole, Alo.
Well, Al, don't put the mouse up to your ass, okay? Just let it breathe. Give it some room to run. This is an equal opportunity show. Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? I hope you like the chaos and the mayhem. That's a little bit like my show. A little bit like Jerry Springer, Howard Stern.
But I must say it's really good, because we were all on the other channel before, and it feels a little bit like high school reunion because you got all these big boys on the panel, and I think that's what it lacks lately. These kind of shows that we just had before, and that hopefully we are gonna have on this channel here. When all the big players come together, the opinion makers.
If you guys have an opinion and you want to be cheerful and have a good time, you're more than welcome to come on in. But let's give everybody a chance to talk and try not to step on each other when we're talking.
You know what I was just watching a video on JLB's channel, and he was talking about what happened to Suits to Short. Are you familiar with that channel, Suits to Short? I mean, that was that guy who went to Palawan, and all of a sudden, like 6, 7, 8 months ago, they stopped doing any vlogs, and no comments anymore. Basically the channel just died down, but they never really took it off. And JLB was basically saying that the woman took advantage of that guy who used to work in somewhere in the Middle East. Have you seen that? Are you familiar with the whole?
I heard a little bit of the story, but I never heard the whole thing.
So is that a rumor or is that confirmed? Does anybody know what is going on down there or what happened? Because JLB is not really the most reliable source out there, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird, right? I mean, the guy was like talking about setting up a business, travel agency, had a lot of good ideas, and then all of a sudden, just boom, no more vlogs, no more replying to comments, no more nothing. And I do remember that a couple of commenters talked about it in the live chat on several channels. They were like spreading rumors that the guy went back to the US or they just went back to the Middle East, and now JLB comes out with his analysis of the situation. As I said, basically saying that the woman took advantage of him, took his money, and invested in some sort of business in Palawan.
Well, I know that it's easy for you can get taken advantage of because it happens to us all the time.
Yeah, but what is he using as source of information? I mean, he just analyzed the last video. I mean, and as I said, JLB is not really the most reliable source of information. I just wanna say Michael Fazio, right? I mean, he was one of the guys who just spread that rumor that something has happened to Michael Fazio, and now is basically saying, okay, Suits to Short got ripped off by his woman. So I ask myself if anyone out there knows more about what really happened to them.
Well, if anybody has a comment, please let us know. A decent comment, something like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it can be decent. It cannot be decent. It's okay.
I'm doing something right now, Alo. So you just got to give me a moment. Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Come on, send out the link. Let's get the boys on the panel. I was actually never supposed to
Well,
be on the show.
I got the doors open right now, and I'm
Okay, yeah,
sending
but
more
send out the
people
link.
the link.
Let's get Ren on, and let's ask Jerry Codanian about why he is into renting instead of buying property in the Philippines. And then we corner him and make fun of him. Let's do something like that. Come on, Jerry Codanian, say something.
Just go to that Mikey 550.
By the way, the guys in the live chat, do you hear me loud?
Well, hand me my.
Let me just ask the guys in the live chat if they hear me loud and clear, because it's kind of weird because I still hear you, Jerry, cutting out a little bit.
For some reason, every time I talk about that topic, hand me just.
Jerry, it sounds like you breaking up real bad.
Yeah, hey, you guys. I hope you guys can hear us okay. Radio check.
Do you have a mic, Jerry? Loud and clear, Alo, but Jerry not so much. Yeah, see? They don't hear you, Jerry. You need to speak louder, and you need to speak into the mic. And right now, Big Kev is talking, but just muted his mic, which actually is also good. So I'm the only guy left on the panel who is talking right now.
How you been, Alo?
And you, of course, Graham.
Hey, Graham, how you doing? Oh no, Alo, I was just doing something off air for a moment.
Okay.
I was talking to my CIA connections. You know, Operation Hush Hush. I don't want to get into it because, you know, I don't want to reveal anybody's identity or my own.
Is that about the rumor of? Kevin, are you talking about the rumor about Alo? Are you talking about that rumor?
So, I'm sorry, say that again.
Are you talking about the rumor about Alo and about how he was deported and his family's taken all of his property and they've moved in?
Well, I get dibs.
That's actually
I got dibs on some of that rice field. I told you guys that.
That's actually true. I can confirm that. That's not a rumor.
Well, it's out there now.
It's out there now and it's on tape, so it's not a rumor and it's confirmed by me. And nobody could say that they're the fake Alo, you know, because I'm on the show and I only have this voice.
Well, yeah, but we
How many fake Alos are there? Hey, you got evil Alo. You've got evil Alo. Then you've got Alo Winter. Is it Alo Winter Radio or something?
Yeah, that's another bad guy.
No, Alo Winter Radio
they're all
is actually me. Everywhere you see one here. And then before on Black American Expat, and that's good that Black American Expat is here on the panel. I used my other account, which is Alo Winter Life, but with the same avatar here. And the reason why I do so is because I'm kind of not sure, but I think I'm blocked on your channel, Jay, and I don't know why. I can't comment with my usual account, Alo Winter Radio Vlog. So I changed it to Alo Winter Live, which actually was my other channel. But it was me.
I don't think you blocked, but I'll check and see. But I don't remember blocking
Okay,
you.
please check it. Okay. Yeah.
I will.
Oh. Yeah, it's not good to block people. If I do block people, I, give them a little bit of a timeout and then unblock them.
We got 25
Except
people right now
really
listening to this.
ask.
That's good. That's good. 25 people in the house. Let's just hope everybody comes back.
Well, we only we're getting a person a minute. We got 25 minutes on. We got 25 people coming on. So that's not bad.
Oh, you're a math guy.
No, I can count a little bit. I'm not that stupid,
Send out the link again and tell the boys to get on. Like send
look what
everybody.
I just did. Don't irritate me.
Where's Richard?
God damn it! Don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown man.
Let's do the sound check again with Jerry Cudanian. This time using the mic, not the mouse, Jerry.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, much better. Here you
go. Losers hear me now?
Well, that's not very nice. He must be talking to Peter. Where are you, Peter?
Yeah, but it's great.
I'm hanging out with a bunch of misfits this morning, from one show to another. Not you, Jay, not you, because I know you got that Superman tattoo on your arm. Not you. I'm talking about Seth. No, I'm just kidding.
Now I feel hurt again. See, now
I know. I'm always nice with you guys, but once in a while I got to be an asshole.
Well, I don't
Alo
like to
taught me that.
But it comes natural to me.
So what's up,
Where's
gentlemen?
Skydragon? I have brunch. He's out for brunch. He mentioned it. Yeah.
Oh, see, now you're making me.
Yeah, there's an open door on your channel, and nobody wants to come on. Is that what's going on here?
Hey, maybe they're a little bit shy. Maybe it's a hangover right now.
No, we are just in the initial phase, waiting until everybody gets on, and then we just give it a
like shell shock.
Try.
Psychosis is in the chat room, man. You should bring him on. I like Psychosis.
Yeah. Hey, Psych.
Tell him to come on.
Hey, Psychosis. If you guys want to come on, you can all come on in. Open door right now. Doesn't happen very often right now, but come on in.
Why don't you send out
Hey, damn it.
a link? Tell Jeff Porter to get on. Here he is, actually.
Oh, he was on. Hey, Mr. Porter,
he is here.
You're more than welcome to come on. We got Alo here. We got Jay. We got Graham. We got Jerry. If you want, I'll throw you a link. Yeah. We're not gonna have a mud throwing contest, so everybody's pretty good mood right now. We're kind of happy, chipper. At least you're in a good mood. Come on over. Well, you're already here, so you just gotta hop on. I'll go to your Facebook and throw a link.
I think that you threw a link out in the chat room. I think there's a link out there. That's how I got on.
Yeah. But Sentai 7, I'll throw you a link. Maybe you're on a better.
I just want to say hi to Psychosis as well. It's been a while, right? Psychosis. It has been a while. And I want to try to encourage Porter to get on the show and tell us a little bit more about what he is doing right now.
Hey, Jason, if you're around, you're more than welcome to hop on. I don't have you on Facebook no more, but I used to. But you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on the panel. The door is open.
I think you scared everybody away, Al. I think it's all your fault, man.
No, it's not. It's not.
You scared everybody away, Aloe. I almost, I came on, but I didn't know you were on. If I would have known you were on, I would have never came on.
Don't mess.
I'm always honest with you, right?
Don't be so truthful. You know how long it took me to get Aloe on my show? He gets feelings. I got feelings. That's why I was a little bit emotional earlier today.
Aloe's got ice in his blood, man. He's got ice water running along his veins, man.
Well, I got antifreeze because I'm from Alaska.
Where's John Doe when you need him?
Right.
That's question one.
Need him?
Where is Sentai? I mean, Sentai 7. I saw Sentai 7.
Well, I threw a link to him.
A minute ago, right?
I think he's on a beer run. He might have went for a beer or something.
Okay, yeah.
Where's PV? Where's Peter Vanderbilt?
If Peter, you want to come on from...
he might have ran out of internet money or something. I don't know. I'm sure Pete's listening to this.
Well,
yeah. Did you hear what Psychosis just said, Aloe? You're scary and intimidating. I know. Yeah. But that's the way he likes it, Psych. He wants to put fear in people. That's how Aloe rolls. Hey, Aloe.
Trying to make fun of me, Jerry?
What's that, Aloe?
You're trying to make fun of me, Jerry?
No, I would never do that, Aloe. I would never do that. Because you might rev up the gas chambers. No. I'm going to retract that statement. Statement retracted, all right?
Yeah.
And I'm not smoking anything this morning either, so, Oh, shit.
Here we go. Here he is. John Doe is here. Sentai is going out to get a beer, I guess. Said that he is eating something. He'll be back. Sky Dragon is out for lunch.
hey, Will Wonks. How you doing, buddy? Good morning, good afternoon. Depends on where you're located. Good evening. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know where Richard went. Sent a link to him, but...
Did you just read the comment of Rayman? That's a really smart, good comment. You should read it, especially for you, Jerry.
Rayman, I think he's in Chicago. That's what it sounds like. So he's got to be in my neighborhood somewhere. Probably. Hopefully he's not stalking me or anything like that. Hey, Rayman. No, I think Raymon's from Chicago. That's what he said earlier.
Know about the winter lotion.
Well, you know what? We had snow yesterday. And a good. It kind of came down pretty good, being that it's early November still. Usually we don't get snow till about Thanksgiving. We get a little light dusting, but this early in the year, we generally don't get any snow yet here in Chicago.
Do you like
but
snow?
It didn't stay very long, right?
You know what? I used to do a lot of winter sports, skating, hockey, and all that, skiing, but I really don't do too much of it now. To be honest with you, nah, because I really don't do any winter sports anymore. So I'd rather just have an all-around tropical type weather is what I prefer at this point in my life.
You just prefer driving around in your car and talking shit.
Yeah, I'm going to start talking shit about you pretty soon. As soon as I do all my life videos, I'm going to do my encounter with Aloe videos, like on the internet. So I'm going to start talking about you. So you're going to have to help me out a little bit, Aloe, and give me some insights on what I should say on my videos.
Kevin, earlier when you said that Filipinos only tolerate their boyfriends, you were joking, right?
Almost, I think that's like a 50-50.
Oh, so you weren't joking.
Well, Now you think about it. I mean, okay. Now a lot of the Filipinos in the U.S. are with Filipino. Okay, the women they're with Filipino men, and I try to talk to a lot of Filipino single women when they were here in the U.S. and I didn't get very far talking with them. Maybe I approached them wrong. Maybe I don't know. I'm not very educated on that process, but yeah.
Yeah, but the statement, I'm just in my opinion, that statement you made that they just tolerate their own men is not accurate and not true.
Okay. What I really meant, I'm sorry. I think maybe 75% of Filipino women tolerate Western men.
Yeah, because they like their money. They like their money. They like their. Some of them have the attitude of being the man and paying all the bills and everything to show how manly they are.
But the other part is real true love. Filipino women really do love us.
Yes, they can certainly love us. I mean, there's
Like
no question about that.
Jerry, Seth, and you shit. There's a whole bunch of other people. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I gotta take my name. Anyway, but yeah, Dave. There. Dave's wife. So there's a lot of Filipino women that are still true to their Western, American and European husbands. So not all dislike us, but I think they really would rather have their own husband, like from their own country.
Yes, I agree with that because
actually I disagree.
They share a language, they share a culture. That's their husband, their boyfriend, their father. That's the guy they see every day. That's the guy they work with. Those are the guys they go to school with. Yeah, of course they're gonna have a preference toward them.
Yeah.
My wife would never marry a Pinoy. To be honest with you, she already told me that. So some women, some Filipinas won't marry Pinoys. They'll marry foreigners instead.
Well, they like the money.
It's not. No, it's not even about the money.
Like the U.S. citizen.
Pinoys are not as educated in general as Westerners are. And my wife's into people. My wife is probably more dominant with a Pinoy, but she's not dominant with me.
Well, you ask your wife.
Pinoys will be intimidated by my wife.
Pick out like 10 friends of her friends in the Philippines, and ask her how many of those 10 girls will prefer a foreigner over a local guy.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying there's a smaller percentage of Filipinas. Let me rephrase that. There's a smaller percentage of Filipinas that will not marry Pinoys. But overall, yes, you're right. The majority of Filipino women will probably marry Pinoy men. That's true.
Yeah. So Jerry, John Doe, I apologize earlier. I miss.
Don't apologize to John Doe. He never apologized to anybody else. So, hey, John.
But what I meant was, Filipino women tolerate Western compared to their own.
John, I would like to ask you. What do you think about Jerry Kodanian and
okay, here we go. He's going to start a fight.
How he treats his wife. I mean, I followed a couple of shows, and earlier, and I remember that you said something like he is.
There we go.
You didn't literally say that, but he is kind of like too feminized. As a softie.
Give it to me, John D. Give it to me, JD.
Yeah, he's just a typical Western male.
Give it to me,
all.
JD.
He's just a typical Western male.
How would you define that typical Western male? Because when it comes from you, it sounds kind of like it's something not really positive.
Hey, John.
It sounds like he's a softie.
John Doe.
Give it to me, John Doe.
Or
what's that, Kevin?
John Doe, have you ever been married?
No, never.
So have you ever had any children that you know about?
Well, there's none that I know of.
Okay.
But back to Alo. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, Jerry's a nice guy. I mean, I don't have no issues with Jerry, but I mean, he's very Western, very liberal Western guy, you know, and
John,
generally,
it's at the tip of your tongue. I can just feel you coming out with something.
and generally, guys don't seem to understand that. You're. I mean, I hate to generalize, but Filipinos generally like a strong man. They don't like wimpy.
That's why my wife married me. That's why my wife married me.
Wimpy foreigners.
Okay, but you would say, when I listen to you, because it sounds kind of like Jerry is a soft, totally liberalized, is a soft man. Is that what you're saying? Because define a little bit what you meant by liberal.
Yeah, that's a leading question, Alo. You're leading.
Grew up in a Western. He grew up in a Western, liberal, feminized society. So that's all he knows. He didn't know anything about the Philippines, and probably even up till today knows very little. But that's all he knows. So he acts toward his wife like a liberal, more feminized, enlightened Westerner.
Wow, I'm glad you really told me what I needed to know, John. Anything else you need to know, Alo?
Yeah, John, would you say Jerry is a weakling?
I wouldn't stoop to that level. But this is, look, I'm a Western guy too.
But you're a strong guy, and he is a.
Aren't you like from San Francisco, John?
No.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Sissy boy from San Francisco.
Okay, so that was, but I thought you and Seth was from the same hometown.
No. We just have sex with each other.
Sure?
We're not from the same city.
Are you sure? All right. I just want to make sure.
What was that question, Alo? Sorry, we got interrupted.
Yeah, because when I listen to your definition of what kind of guy Jerry is, it sounds kind of like he's a softie, and then he's not a strong man, and so on and so forth. And it's quite interesting. Why do you come to that conclusion? Let us understand, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, like I previously mentioned, for the most part, he can't help himself. I mean, as Westerners, we've all grown up in that environment with women rule the roost. And then the other issue is how guys deal with Filipinos. They don't win their heart. They lead with their wallets. And that's all they do. And that really doesn't work well in the Philippines.
So you think Jerry was naive?
Hang on, John. Wait, are you saying that I got my wife by showing her a bunch of money? Is that why she married me?
You don't have to go there with
Hey, D, there's a guy on here that says that the only reason you married me is for money.
I don't know you have money.
You want to come and straighten this out? Come and straighten this out. John Doe, he's from San Francisco. Don't worry. He made me gay, but I'm not sure. Tell him, did you marry me for money?
I'm not gay. Huh?
They said you married me for money.
I don't
Jerry,
even know
calm
that you
down,
have money.
Jerry. Whether she did or she didn't, she's not.
Yeah, here's my wife, guys. Here's my wife.
She's not going to admit to it.
Tell John Doe, the guy with the flag here, that's the guy from San Francisco that's got a living the same age as you.
Jerry, I'm very gay, but I don't support anybody, Jerry.
See, he's gay. I told you he was gay.
But I don't support anybody like you do.
Tell him why you married me.
Can they hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear her? Can you hear her?
Yeah, we hear it, Jerry.
Go ahead and tell him why you married me.
I didn't know Jerry has money. I liked him because
wasn't he sending you money? Wasn't he sending you money in the Philippines?
No, he didn't send me money.
He said he was.
Only later, but I didn't ask for it.
I never said you asked for it. He voluntarily gave it to you and you accepted it.
Accepted it because we already had a relationship.
So why should he be sending you money?
Why not?
Why, yes.
Why not?
There's no reason. There's no reason. Well, send me some money.
You know why I like Jerry?
I never sent anybody any money.
Why? Yeah, but look at your situation.
Yeah, because I'm a sissy. You're a man.
Guys, why do you like Jerry?
Because he spent time with me, and nobody has time for me as much as what he gave to me. We talk every day, and that's what I like about him. Even until now.
How do you call Jerry? How do you call him? Do you have a nickname for him?
ATM.
We Skype.
Sorry?
I have Wi-Fi.
No, how do you know? I mean, do you have a nickname for him?
A pet name.
He wants to know what your nickname is for him. Alo wants to know everything. You don't have to tell him.
You call it Gino or something.
GK.
Or Kudis.
GK.
Loose wallet.
GK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, GK. Gentleman's Court.
How many months was he sending you money in the Philippines?
Come again?
How many months was he sending you money?
I don't remember because
approximately.
Money, I can find money for myself.
Approximately how many months?
She had a job, John Doe. So
I know that, Jerry, but you were sending
had a job,
her money because you wanted to show how you could support her. I understand. How
well,
many
you have
months?
to show that as a
how many
John Doe, as a foreigner marrying a Filipina. At one point in time in your relationship, now she's proven that she loves you. Now you got to prove that you can take care of her. Remember,
you don't have to send her money to do that, Jerry. You don't have to send her money.
Talk to you about that, John Doe. Now it's up to us to prove to them that we can support them.
No,
Keep in
you
mind,
don't. No,
my
you
wife is
don't.
coming
That's
all the way
not
to the
required.
United States.
You don't have to. You're not required.
Going to a foreign country.
Show her you love. That's only for you.
Johnny, just hang on, relax. Let me explain to you, because I don't think you know this concept. See, when you are in a relationship and a woman actually loves you, and I'm not sure if you've ever experienced that.
No,
then you got to come to a point where you have to kind of prove to them, John.
Yeah, you
got to have to go to a foreign country that you're gonna take care of them.
You don't have to prove that.
Leave them out in the cold. Keep in mind they're coming 8,000 miles.
All I did was rub down Donna, and she was fine.
You're paying her ticket and giving her U.S. citizenship. You don't have to prove anything else.
I don't think Jerry's wife wanted to come to the U.S. Jerry.
You know what? Another thing I like about Jerry is because he wants to retire in the Philippines. I don't like to come here in America. I don't like America.
You don't want to
Listen,
work.
John.
You don't want to work in America. That's why. You don't want to work.
I don't like America.
Tell him, D. She doesn't like the U.S. She didn't even want to come here, bro.
Hello, save me.
She would rather be supported in the Philippines than supported here.
No.
See what I see, but John Doe doesn't understand Filipinos.
Yeah.
His wife, she's
Yeah, of course
Western.
not. I didn't viber with anybody for 3 months. I'm working on that. I'm working on that now.
Gentlemen, before we kill each other on the show here, which is a good thing, I would like to remind Big Kev to send out the link again, because we got Will Wongs, which is also a well-known bulldog in the community. He would like to come on, and then let us talk about the real trouble here, before Jerry and his wife will go against John Doe. And then we'll
Well, actually, my wife just left, but I'll pick up from here, My wife just left, but I'll pick up from here. My wife just stepped out of the room, but I'll pick up from here.
Okay, good.
In case John Doe needs any further explaining.
And again, Big Kev, can you send out the link again, because Wally just
but I don't want to let too many more people, because we already almost got a full house.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, Will wants the link, Kev. I just seen him asking for it.
Hey, John Doe, is your girlfriend, is she available to talk to?
I don't know. She was sleeping.
Oh, she was sleeping. What time is it? Like 11 o'clock in the morning? Is she's sleeping? What time you got over there, man?
Yeah, but she stays up all night.
11:41 a.m. in New York.
Oh, come on, man. Get her up. Put her on the mic, man. We want to hear what her situation is, too, man. It's only fair.
Put the mic up to her face.
You could ask me.
No, I mean, I like to ask her, because we want to, get the story straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh my God! What the hell did I just walk into? Elo,
Nah, we're just
explain
fucking
to me
around.
what
We're just
happened.
fucking- Sentai, come on, get Chixie on too, bro.
The horse's head.
How are you, Sentai?
I'm doing all right, Elo, man. Hey, man, how are you, man? You back in Sweden?
Good. It has never been Sweden.
Switzerland.
Where you at?
Elo's running from the law. He's in Sweden now.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's running.
He's on the run. He's on the Midnight Express. He might be in Turkey next.
That's why.
Oh, the Midnight Express. I love that movie. That was awesome.
Link out.
He might even be, you know, selling drugs at the borders and shit, just running from the law. What's going on, Alo?
Let me ask you.
He's heading for Australia.
Let me ask you something, Jerry, before we get to that part. How do you feel about that when John Doe says things like that about you and your relationship with your wife?
Oh, no, I don't mind because everybody knows what. I mean, look, you know, we all have a certain perspective of what the Filipino women are and what they do for us and what they can do or can't do for us. Again, I just go with my wife, man. My wife is cool, works for me. Maybe another Filipino and I, you know, who may not get along. Again, it just, I found the right one. I go with it. My wife is cool. And we got no issues. We've been married, you know, we've been on each other for going on 3 years. Hey, I don't, you know, again, I think she said tampo on me twice in 3 years. So, again, what works for me, the type of wife that I married may not work for some of you guys. But my wife's cool. I got no problem. Everything I say on my video about the type of woman I was looking for in the Philippines, and that's what I found. She is that type of woman.
Hey, you guys want to smash that like or just like
and I keep in mind, now my wife gets up early in the, you know, in the mornings and stuff, so she doesn't sleep in very late.
What do you think? What do you think about John Doe's view?
Well, you know, John Doe's wife. I mean, no, but John Doe's wife, whatever works for him, she's probably, you know, she's probably cool, and he's the type of guy that she's looking for. Obviously, I mean, hey, John, you've been with her for what, about 20 years? Did you say?
Yeah, over 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. So I mean, hey, he's got to be doing something right, you know?
Well, but don't you have a backup in the Philippines though, right?
Well, yeah, Johnny's got a backup, but the backup is just only for pussy. Everybody knows that.
And
I mean,
what,
he's
20 years old.
He's not going to live with that backup. The backup probably can't even, you know, write her a sentence in English. Probably. She's just good, right, John? Right, John?
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean, she's just good for pussy, right? Pretty much.
Yeah,
but John, you still there?
Yeah, I said that's a possibility.
Good, baby.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the backup. That's just a backup. Just while, you know, while his regular comes home and he just kind of hits that for about an extra month. And
You know me. You know me. I'm undomesticatable.
You should.
Tell him, Cleo. Tell him.
You should learn.
You know, we know who wears the pants in Richard's family.
Live.
Welcome to the jungle.
Well, John, you got to talk a little bit louder for your honey that's sleeping with one eye open.
I got to give my wife a massage.
Oh, that's
over.
That's westernized kind of guy. I got a massage from my wife yesterday. So again,
I got a massage last night.
I got a haircut.
Take it from Jerry. He knows how a westernized guy acts.
Hey,
well, yeah, like Richard. Richard just said he's got to give his wife a massage. Now, and again, I got to mess with Richard. I never mess with Richard.
Nah,
Richard's probably one of my most favorite.
Me.
Richard's one of my most favorite.
How can I get that status, Jerry? Can I get that status?
Nah, you know what? Aloe comes before you, John.
Oh, God.
And that's pretty bad.
Hey,
I'll try a little
Turn your
harder.
mic up because I can't hear you too well when you're speaking.
I almost.
This is Aloe de Winter, Switzerland.
The winter.
Aloe de Winter. How does
nice
a Pinoy
accent,
get the Swiss accent? You must have been raised in the cold country of the Swiss Alps.
Or India.
Or India.
No. Oh, my wife can really do the Indian accent. Honey, you want to do some Indian talk for us? Come on.
This is the show where everybody's got their wives or significant others on. John, come on, man. Get your girl up and get her on, man. We just want to hear what she sounds like.
Well, give me an example. What would you want to ask?
I didn't know it. Why you gotta
my hair is
I mean, I let you ask my wife questions, and I didn't really monitor anything. Why you want to monitor
I know.
Or to your girlfriend? I'm sorry. I mean, that's not fair, John. I mean, come on, you got to be fair, man.
You put her on. I didn't ask her to come on.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you were happy that she came on because you were starting to like
I was okay.
Fire questions at her and stuff. Come
Where's
on,
Roberto, man?
Can we see her driver's license?
Come
on.
Oh, wow.
I want to see what she has.
See, guys, I can feel Alo's presence in the background, thinking of questions to ask to get this thing to move.
Actually, my next
he's bored right
be,
now.
my next question actually will be, because you are right about that, Jerry. My next question will be because we get Black Expat on here. What's your beef about with Jeff Porter, and what you other guys know about it and what you think about it? But let's ask Jay, who's Black American expert. What's the trouble all about between you and Jeff Porter? And maybe we should also get Jeff Porter on the show and listen to what he got to say. Must have heard it, right? Both of them were on.
Partially yesterday we did.
Exactly. What, Richard? Since you mentioned, or since you just answered, yes, you saw it. What do you make out of it?
I think I believe it involved one of Jay's ex-girlfriends. I guess she's writing a book or something like that, and there was some Facebook posts on her site or whatever. And was it you? It was your room, right, Kevin? No, it was Jay's room, right? That he had the last night, or was it yours? I don't remember if it's Kevin's or Jay's room, but they had no, it's Kevin's because Jay came on and Mr. Porter was in transit from Washington, D.C. to his hometown and couldn't make it to the show. But I guess he's being supportive of the girl or something like that. So, and they had some questions they wanted to ask Jay, and opinion was like he didn't think that people should be getting involved in his business and stuff, which I tend to agree with.
I have no problem with him being. I have no problem with him being supportive of the girl. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I just have a problem with the lies. I have a problem with him going on her Facebook page trying to instigate all of this. He the one invited her on the show. Now he throwing a rock and hiding his hands and saying, "What have I done?" I mean, I know what he done. I seen what he done on Facebook. I had several people to screenshot and show me what he said and show me. So that's why. That's why I brought everything out.
Jay, would you be willing to face Jeff Porter in a debate when he would talk to you live on a panel such as this one?
Anyone. I mean, I never run. I mean, I don't have anything to hide. I'm not afraid of this person.
What do you think about that, Mr. Jerry Kodanian? I mean, I think you know that both of them had a live stream yesterday, and it was like back and forth. They were like writing comments to each other, and there's some drama unfolding there.
I don't know. I don't really watch JP's vlogs anymore. I was on it a couple of weeks ago. I made a comment in somebody's chat room, and he said I was rude, so we don't really communicate. Hey, I've had disgruntled girlfriends in the past. I guess this is what it's about. I've had disgruntled girlfriends in the past that got pissed off at me. They're gonna do whatever they can to get at you, especially in the Filipinos, man. You get a Filipino pissed off, they can be very vindictive.
Exactly, and that's what this is. This is a disgruntled girlfriend. She disgruntled, and this girl right here telling lies, and he feeding into it. He feeding into it.
Jay, next time the solution to this is, especially with the poor girls, don't be so generous to them, and they'll leave when you finish with them.
Hey,
I learned my lesson.
Can I tell you guys what my wife just said based on what she's heard? She said women like this are very manipulative, and she's using the guys to do her dirty work for her.
Yeah, basically. And again, you know what? I don't know how much experience JP has with Filipino women, but again, from what I've seen and other people that I've talked to in the past and have had the similar issues, Filipinos can be very vindictive. But that's just, again, my opinion.
I don't think you have much experience.
My wife told me the same thing also. So again,
my wife said jealous.
I don't know what the whole story is.
Yeah, jealous and vindictive.
Yeah, same thing. Jealous, vindictive. I mean, basically, you know, it's about the same thing. So
Let me
again,
ask you, Jerry, because I saw Porter was on earlier, and then he said he asked Jerry, "Don't you like me anymore? Why did you unfriend me?" Something like that.
oh, I didn't hear that. I don't know. I don't really watch Porter's vlogs, so I didn't hear any of that. But I don't watch his vlogs, so I wouldn't know if he said that or not.
Hi, Will Wonk. How you doing?
Hey, Will.
He's trying to get.
Is Porter the same guy that said Michael Fazio was dead and that he had a reliable source in Manila? Is he the same guy that said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Jay,
He have no credibility to me.
The same guy that gave Porter that information got rent a driver's license.
Oh, God, John.
Damn. Oh, John, you come up with some good ones right at the right time, man.
How's this feel, hon?
But hey,
Not very good.
I mean, Richard's wife just basically, you know, reconfirmed, you know, a little bit about,
Yeah, she
you know,
did.
Filipinos. Not all Filipinos are like that, obviously, but
No.
they can be, you know, not all.
One thing about me, I don't have a reputation of putting out false information. I don't have that
Right, but
reputation.
here's the point, guys. Whether the woman, if the woman's vindictive and she dealt with it, what is it? A business of some other vlogger? Is this other vlogger sleeping with this girl, or what's the deal? So, you know, again, is it their business? I mean, I don't quite. This what I don't get from what I heard. You know, that's what I don't.
I mean, I don't understand it. People break up every day. I didn't get into Rike and Lynn situation. I didn't get into Ned and Michelle situation. I mean, people break up every day. That's a part of life. People, I mean, they fall out, they break up, and this is the second time something like this happened to me. And I know the women's here. I mean, you
guys hear me now?
break up with them is a hard thing to do. I mean,
we can hear you, Will.
Upset.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys,
I mean,
do you really think a Filipino can fall in love with somebody? Come on, they don't have souls. They just in it for the money. You guys know that.
Well, I'll disagree. Will,
come on, you're not her first priority. Her family is your first priority.
Will stir in the pot. Here we go.
How would you know if you need your wallet first? How would you know?
I think Alo sent Will a message.
If she does love you or not.
I think Alo sent Will a
message. Pay for pussy. It's pay for pussy. Everyone knows that. It's pay for pussy.
In fairness, it's how you also yourself. If you show off there, you're such a show off with your money, so sure you're gonna attract the wrong ladies.
Tell him, Cleo. Yeah. Tell him.
Yeah, but a Filipino, her first priority is her family. It's not you. It's her family. It's not you.
Well,
actually, we don't give money to her. My wife's family very
my
little.
wife doesn't either. We don't have a good relationship.
Yeah, we don't have a good relationship.
It doesn't matter. She has a better life. I'm not saying they're greedy, but they're raised. The Filipinos are raised to believe that their family comes first, and their husband will be second.
100%.
Yeah, but see in general, but not my wife. My wife doesn't.
Richard, I like your wife, Richard.
That's what everybody.
Oh, believe me, my wife right now. You really like that.
Oh, my wife's on. Oh shit, we're in trouble now, man. Well,
hey, I'm sorry, Jerry.
Your wife is pretty also.
About the FaceTime, my wife was. It was that time of the month. She wasn't in the mood for talking. Right
oh
now.
no, we don't care. No, your wife's cool. We you know, Cleo's cool. She's cool.
Richard, tell your wife she has a sexy voice.
Yeah. She knows
she
that.
Probably knows that.
Which is actually true. I also think.
Yeah.
Will is wow.
Kevin's nursing a chubby right now.
Yeah, you know.
Look at all these guys.
This guy can still get one.
Where's Sentai? Where's Sentai? Hey,
I'm right here, man.
There you are, Red.
Ren
are you a little agitated?
Ren is sewing his pants pockets up right now.
What I was doing is polishing off my knob because I was listening to the John Doe.
Oh, really? Thank you, sir.
Man, my ears are bleeding.
Oh man, there you go, Malcolm.
So what's with all these guys in Hollywood masturbating in front of women?
Wow.
I don't understand that.
You don't masturbate in front of a woman. You masturbate behind them. They don't see it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Wow.
And then you tell them it's raining outside.
Where did Seth go? He's from Hollywood. We'll ask him.
He got himself something to eat.
Hey, hallo, du alte Fotze. Wie geht's? Wie geht's, du alte
Gut,
Fotze?
dir? Und dir? Du
Mir geht's
Arschloch?
gut. Mir geht's gut.
The other day, Seth was trying to order from McDonald's and they wouldn't deliver to him.
Hey,
Poor
hallo.
guy.
Was ist der Unterschied zwischen ein Jude und einer Pizza?
Es gibt keinen Unterschied. Beide werden im Pizzaofen gekocht.
Nein, die Pizza schreit nicht, wenn man schickt ihm in eine Gaskammer.
I don't know why, but I'm standing and saluting right now. I don't know why.
With your arms straight forward.
I said, hello, what's the difference between a pizza and a Jew?
Oh.
Plain and simple.
Okay.
Yeah, pizza doesn't cry when you put it in the oven.
And what did I tell you? What was my answer?
You told me they're the same. They both get sent to the oven.
Hey. Don't laugh
It's
too
just
hard.
good. It's just good that says it's not on the panel right now.
I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened to that lavender oil, hon.
Hey,
Richard,
we're not being
Richard.
racist on my channel.
Richard, just let your wife talk.
It's just a distasteful.
Let my
joke,
wife
Ed.
talk.
It's a very distasteful joke, but I think it's okay.
Well,
John's getting a Woody listening to my wife talk.
Everybody's been a one. Yeah, see.
But
I know it. I don't have any
honestly, I'm
Patreon,
very
even any
surprised
show.
about Will's German skills. I didn't know that you can speak German that well.
Yeah, I lived there. I told you I lived there for like 15 years.
I know, but you speak German really well. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Alan, you didn't know I could spell in German.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true too.
I speak gibberish. Is that okay with you, Alo?
I actually graduated theology school in German, and then when I was going to the pastor internship, I had to do marriage counselor, and this woman came in complaining, and I was like, dude, when he wants, lady, if he wants to fuck you, let him fuck him. What the hell? Why you going to marriage counseling? So then they said, you're not qualified to be a pastor. So
Oh, that's weird.
Well, it's true. Most marriages are because the woman's not putting out like she should. Plain and simple.
Is your wife listening to this, Richard?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
No,
well,
I'm
even
not.
the Bible says. There's even a Bible verse that tells the woman that her body belongs to her husband. It's right there in the Bible.
Richard, is she listening without panties on?
She'll
But
kill
when
me
I
if
quote
I
that, when I quote the Bible verse to my wife, she doesn't listen to it. She's like, I don't know.
Is your wife Filipino, Will? Is your wife Filipino?
Yeah, she's Filipino.
Is she? But is she West? How long has she been in this? Is she West? I presume she's been in the States for a while.
About 4 years now, 3 or 4 years.
Oh, so she's not really wet. Well, was she in Germany with you before? Is in another Western country?
My wife's Filipino.
Oh.
I met her about 4 years ago in Manila.
Okay, so she's not Westernized yet, technically.
No, a little bit. That's all.
She's starting to get there. She's got another
she
year,
likes- she
1 to
likes
3 more
freaking-
years.
She likes SpaghettiOs and that shit, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oreo cookies.
Yeah,
all
they,
this shit.
they like to eat that garbage. I don't understand that.
Well, she does like vegetables and stuff. She does like the vegetables.
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, so give her another year, 1 to 3 more years, and she'll be truly Westernized. Will. You know that, right?
She just gets upset. She has to shop at the junior section at Target.
Yeah.
I guess
That's
that's what
normal
happens
for
with
Filipinos.
coconut oil on your little boy.
Yeah, they always, so she can get.
I just love that Chixty sleeps in the nude. I'm happy.
Her brother doesn't mind.
My wife has a collection of little kitty pajamas and stuff because that's all that fits her.
Yeah. My wife shops in the small section too. So again, in the kids section, yeah,
Oh,
she's
small.
small.
Kids in the junior section. It's not the
Juniors, well, kids. Yeah, I don't know. Well, what's your wife like? 4'8", 4'9", or something?
She's 5 feet.
Yeah, my wife's 5 feet. Yeah, 5 feet. Hey, be careful, Sentai. I mean, John Doe might be, beating off on over the keyboard right now. He's talking like that.
He won't be. I'm going to tell you a funny story. This is a true story.
About John Doe?
No. About Chixie. She goes out. I tell her. I give her money. And I go get me, five beers. She goes, okay. So she leaves. She goes. She comes back and she's almost crying. I go, why are you crying? I go, what's wrong? And then she goes, the girl at the counter. This is a girl that sees us every day because I buy beer every day, as you know. So this girl finally looks at her and goes, oh, how many months are you?
Oh, man.
So your girl got booked, right? She got booked.
Yeah.
Why is your girl got fat? Why is your girl got fat?
Because she eats every day, every minute, dude.
She
5
taking birth
times a
control?
day.
What, did you put her on the pill?
Okay.
You put her on the pill, fuck them, and they eat a lot to get fat. That's the way it is.
Tell her to just eat more sausage and she'll lose weight.
Shut up, John Doe. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, go on the Atkins diet.
And on about
Why would she cry? Just tell that woman I
put them up, but I will.
Yeah.
I will post.
No reason to
This chat
cry.
goes on.
Yeah, Chixie's
Nah.
been very emotional lately. I've seen her crying.
Right here, that's in the chat, and you go to
over your
friend. The second,
How old
which
is
is
your
exactly
girlfriend?
what
She
he
looks
says
like
in
she's
the
about
conversation.
25.
Is Rose.
Is that right, Ren?
What up? What up?
How old is your girlfriend? She looks like she's about 25.
She's 24.
Oh, yeah, how close?
Yeah.
She hasn't got baby fever yet? Usually they get baby fever around that age.
Oh, yeah. Kid wants to get pregnant.
That's
correct.
You what you should do is get a vasectomy, and then you tell them, oh, I want to make a baby with you, baby. And that gets them all excited. And then after a while, you tell them, something's not working with you.
Yeah, she sounds pregnant is right, psychosis. Ren's been at it.
What about you, Donna? Do you have kids?
Oh.
Donna?
Anna has no kids.
No, she doesn't. Oh.
Is Donna on?
She was on.
No, she's in the chat. I think I didn't see her on. She's in the chat, I think.
There she is.
Yeah, because your skin's getting red from
That's what I thought, but I can't find the oil.
from my O10 rubbing on it.
From your what?
Ow! Ren heard that.
My girlfriend.
Lauren, it's just a tea. Nothing's going on.
My girlfriend oiled me down last night.
Oh. That's pretty scary thought, to be honest with you.
I got oil on other spots. It was awesome. Yeah.
Oil.
Psychosis.
Oh, Richard, go to the bathroom if you can talk like that.
Did you see Psychosis' comment? Did you see Psychosis' comment? He wants you to take a picture of Chixie in the nude. That's what Psychosis just asked.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you.
But I want a rear view on that pic.
I want to review.
A rear view.
A rear view? That's what I'm looking at.
So, hey, Alo, where are you at now? Are you in Sweden? I mean, seriously, where are you at, man?
Switzerland, man. It's
Oh,
Switzerland.
you're in Switzerland?
Get it right, Jerry. Get it right.
You sure you're not like in Austria somewhere and you're just bullshitting us?
He lives next to.
He's relaxing in Germany right now.
He's trying to make it down to South America, get asylum somewhere.
You should at least you should know. You should know. You were born and raised in France. At least part of it. You should know.
Alles von der Schweiz. Von der Schweiz.
There's a lot of Germans down in South America that seeked asylum after World War II,
Yeah, and now their offspring is still there.
I was in Mexico for a month. You could tell the Germans because you can hear them complaining a mile away. The bread's not good. The beer's not good. Blah blah blah. Why do you come to Mexico if you want bread and beer? What do you go to Mexico if you want bread and beer? Stay at home.
Yeah.
And do you know the Germans don't put mustard on their pretzels?
Why
Right,
do you guys put mustard on your pretzels?
Yeah, we put mustard
They
on our
do here.
pretzels.
Yeah, they do here.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's the American way, Alo.
Well, German mustard.
Yeah, and we eat potato pancakes with ketchup. Did you know that?
Yeah, I do too. Same with me.
I think you need to come to the States one day, Aloe.
The German eat them with applesauce. You know that, right? Potato
Yeah.
pancakes with applesauce. Everyone's quiet.
So, hey, Aloe, I'm going to be in France this upcoming year. Should we meet at a neutral in a neutral town
What
somewhere?
time of the year? What time of the year?
Next fall, probably around September.
I know like 3 words.
Come on, man. We'll be in Paris for a few days and most of the time in southern France. You should come out. Check us out.
Do you know what the Germans?
Huh?
Do you know what the German slang word for condom is?
Close to Nice. Close to Nice.
Nizza.
Do you know what the German slang word for condom is?
What is it?
Pariser.
Yeah. You know what that means? Parisian. No, seriously.
Yeah. From where? From Persia or what?
Gary, put it over your head.
I don't use a condom, guys. Sorry.
You don't use a condom?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Who, you?
They're pretty fun water balloons.
Oh, water balloon. Oh man.
So why don't you have Peter Vandiver on anymore? I didn't get the whole discussion. What
because he runs.
We can't understand what he's saying.
Wow.
Because the laptop he stole has a cheap microphone in it.
Yeah, you can't hear him. I don't know how you guys hear what he's saying.
Well, why didn't you go get a $2 microphone? I mean, come on, use a cell phone.
Can you guys
He
really
stole
understand
a
what he's
$400
saying?
laptop and it has the worst mic in it. Steal another laptop, Peter.
Like all the background noise and everything.
It sounds like he's talking from the street. I can't even understand his vlogs.
No, he was in the internet cafe, dude. He was in an internet cafe.
Yeah, but hey, do you guys believe that story? Because there was this rumor that he stole it somewhere. I mean, the laptop that he stole it.
I believe it.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Somebody emailed Kat and said that he was somewhere and stole a laptop and wanted to find him because they want their laptop back.
Oh.
Yeah, but that, you know, the story the last time when he got caught in Baguio not paying his internet fee and you know the chips that he was eating in the internet cafe, they said, or what I heard is like he got caught stealing a laptop, and that's why he got in trouble with the police.
That was me, Aloe. That was me, Aloe. Sorry.
So why isn't he in jail? I mean, he put someone in jail for stealing what 400 pesos from him after fucking him in the ass.
No, 200 pesos.
Yeah, 200 pesos. And the guy spent 6 months in jail, and Peter Vandiver walks around stealing a laptop.
It was in the Manila Times, gentlemen. It was in the Manila Times.
And Peter put him in jail for 6 months for stealing 200 pesos after fucking him in the ass.
Wow.
And then Peter walks around stealing laptops and gets away with it? I don't understand that.
He sent the guy into jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously?
You press charges.
The guy served 6 months.
200 pesos.
Yeah.
Bacalat.
And Peter steals 200 pesos a day. Easy.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We're trying to get the guy online to interview, but he doesn't want to. I offended him. He talked to me a little bit, but that was it. So.
What, the Macapuno guy?
Yeah, this lady boyfriend.
Lady boyfriend.
Yeah, they were friends on Facebook. On Facebook. And then Peter says, I didn't know who he was. Well, why were you friends on Facebook with him?
This is more entertaining than Netflix. I swear.
Yeah, Peter was friends with him on Facebook.
On my show, that's why.
Yeah, there's whole videos about it. He was friends on Facebook with him, and Peter removed him after he saw it. Finally noticed it, right?
Shut up, Aloe.
Aloe, you're worse than I am.
I know, Aloe's crazy.
And then Bubba one time did an interview with somebody that met him, some missionary, and they met for lunch with a lady boy. Bubba took the interview down, but there was an interview with a guy who claimed to be a missionary. I met with Peter Vandiver, and Peter showed up with a lady boy.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that.
And they were fondling each other and stuff, and then Peter stiffed him on the bill. Peter Peter went to Peter said, I'm going to the bathroom and disappeared. And it's like the guy with a 2,000 peso bill for lunch.
Well, maybe he didn't like the bathroom.
Yeah. What kind of? I thought he was like a missionary.
Peter
What kind of?
Peter said they went to church.
So
Peter was evangelizing the gay ladyboy, supposedly. So literally, he said Peter would take the ladyboy to church and tell her.
2,000 pesos.
Wow.
Peter would take this ladyboy to church and say she needs Jesus.
Take your ladyboy to church.
I don't believe.
Somebody did Steve Montelli, right? I mean, like the 1,700 peso bill. Somebody did the same to Steve Montelli like last week. So.
Yeah, but that's not that much.
Was it another vlogger or was it just one of his subscribers?
One of his subscribers.
No, just some random guy who just walked up to him. It is just a random guy who walked up to him, and then he was like, I think an hour or two. He was already there, sitting there in the bar, like eating and drinking, and then just bumps into Steve Montelli, goes to the CR, comes back, talks to him, orders some more, like beer and food, and then goes back to the CR, and then just disappears.
He deserves that. He deserves that.
Now you're talking about me again, Aloe.
He's Mr. Nice Guy. The wallet guy is Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, you know what? If you ever meet a subscriber or even another vlogger, just keep an eye on the fucking bathroom door so the guy don't slip out.
So he doesn't slip up.
or let her. Hey, if he goes to the bathroom, make sure he leaves a deposit with you.
I met a couple of vloggers when I was in the Philippines, and I offered to buy their meals. I don't fucking. You gonna?
You guys are too much.
Deposit, man. Some of the CRs are actually outside the restaurant.
Somebody follow him. Have to wait or follow the guy. Wait by the CR door. Make sure the guy gets
take a deposit. Take a deposit before you meet with him.
Deposit, not even. So hey, Ray, if we meet up in CP, man, I'm gonna have to ask you for a deposit.
I want to see your cash. I want to see pesos.
Well, how about the one guy that bought a pizza to share with Peter, and he went to the bathroom and came back, and Peter had eaten the whole pizza.
Half the pizza was gone.
No,
I think it was Bill, right? It was Bill.
Yeah, he did a video on that. Yeah.
And how about the other guy that came to the Philippines and went to a girly bar? Was it Frank the Chair?
Oh, he got ripped off for like $300 or something like that.
And he had to buy the girls. He bought the girls a few drinks and found out he had 20,000 pesos.
That's like $400. Yeah.
I mean, he has not even been in the country like what 5-6 hours. His house.
5-6 minutes.
I mean, that's not a good start.
But there's some dumb motherfuckers that come to the Philippines.
Buy me a drink, sir. Buy me a drink, sir. Buy me a drink, sir. No problem. Buy me a drink, sir. 20,000 pesos.
Dude, there was another guy. I saw a video on another guy. The guy just flew into Manila. He had a few hours to kill. So this taxi driver goes, hey, I'll take you to a bar or whatever. He took him to some fucking little shithole bar in some little barangay somewhere. The guy was lucky to get out with his life or something like that. But they were drinking. I think they were playing cards or something like that. Somehow the guy finally figured out, fuck, I got to get out of here. But he got out somehow. But, again,
most guys
putting your life in danger.
Most guys lose their money just sitting home in their house. They lose their money via Western Union.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But again,
I knew a guy. He some taxi driver took him to a bar in the middle of nowhere. This was like midnight.
That was the same guy I probably saw.
It was 2,000 pesos to take him there, right? And then when he went he said, I'll wait for you. When he came back, he said it's going to be 8,000 to bring you back.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
And he said, what? He said the price goes up after dark. If you don't like it, you can walk home.
Oh man, I think I got that. I think I got that guy. And a matter of fact, when I got out of the taxi, I asked him, "What's your name?" He told me his name was Aloe Winter. Man,
even says in the video where he agreed that somebody took him to the top of Chocolate Hills, and then the guy says the fare is going to be double going back down Chocolate Hills.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
yeah,
one.
I saw that one.
I
saw that one.
That's
Hey,
why
man.
you take a picture of the camera and
You
see
know what?
if you can
I had a crazy taxi guy one time. My first visit to the Philippines. My wife and I were coming back from Ocean Park. We jumped into this cab, but right off the bat, I can see that this cab driver was kind of goofy. He pulls off a few minutes over, went off to the side, took a piss, comes back in the cab. We're driving. He's spitting out the window and shit. And I'm looking at my wife, and she's talking to him in Tagalog or something. And my wife, in Cebuano, because the guy was Cebuano. My wife never gets frustrated with cab drivers, and she was starting to get a little frustrated with this cab. Then all of a sudden, I'm seeing we're going towards the airport. It was really weird. I'm like, wait a minute, we're supposed to go back towards Makati. So then my wife's talking to him. So this guy was trying to take us an extra trip. And then I just said, hey, wait, just hold off. And I just say, hey, man, you speak English? And the guy goes, yeah. I go, get my fucking ass to Makati right now. And the fucking guy took us to Makati. I mean, I went off on this guy when he stopped. And I probably should not, but I just fucking went off, and he was trying to get 250 pesos. I just gave him 150, and I got out the cab, and that was that. So.
Hey, well, I always got the ones that didn't want to use the meter. I said, use the meter, and they're like, no. And I said,
did you just jump out?
No, and I said to him, okay, how much right now? Tell me how much. And I knew if I knew the prices in my head. I said 200 pesos, and it usually worked out about that. I didn't give him a tip.
Oh, is it?
But if they got stuck in traffic, then they always wanted more. I said, that's your problem. You didn't run the meter. It's your issue. So,
I just jump out, man. If they don't have a meter,
let's call the police right now, and because they're not supposed to be running without a meter. So I said, okay, let's call the police right now, and they're like, no, sorry, sir. But there
was actually something in the news like yesterday or so about the taxi driver who lost it because the taxi guests asked him to put on the meter, and then he lost it and started to attack people. Have you heard?
Oh yeah, that? I've heard of cab drivers going off on people like that. I've heard of stories like that. Yeah,
that's why they like Grab Taxi, because Grab Taxi will add to the fare, so you pay the meter plus whatever Grab Taxi charges them.
But it's anyway, it's better to get an Uber. Then you don't have any problem. It's like tax.
I've had Ubers in Germany. They're hard. I have had Ubers there. Were horrible. They're more expensive.
Yeah, but no, in Manila.
I like Grab Taxi. I use Grab Taxi because I didn't like it.
With that Grab Taxi, I saw a thing with Enrique. I think you can have an app on your phone, right, Will, where you can see the actual route and everything.
Well, actually, what you do is you go on the app and then they start bidding on your and you choose which one you want.
And then they can get there real quick, right?
But a lot of times they'll say they'll accept your fare and then they'll deny you because they found another fare on the way and stuff. So you gotta
that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But I always get the taxi drivers in Manila that always wanted to stop at the gas station to fill air into their tires and leave the meter running. Yeah. Like, dude, turn the meter off.
Do it on your own.
And another one at the airport. We got in at the airport. I used the ones that you're supposed to use at the airport. The guy took me to some shady neighborhood. He says, "I'm not coded to drive today. I'm gonna switch to the other car." And then he had me switch to his brother's car. And then he wanted me to give him a tip. He said, do I get a tip? I said, no, you don't give a tip. And why are you picking up fares if you're not coded to drive that day? What is wrong with you?
Well, it's interesting also when a lot of times we try to take jeepneys when we can, instead of taking taxis. But on my last trip to Dumaguete, we're taking a tricycle to the airport from downtown Dumaguete, the Essentia Hotel, to Sibulan Airport. So there's guys out front waiting because they know the foreigners. There's only a couple of flights a day, I think, coming in and going out of Dumaguete. So they're there. So I come out. All of a sudden, the guy comes up. He goes, I go, how much? He goes, 150. And I know basically there's only 7. It's really 70. That 7 people can fit on a tricycle there in Dumaguete at 10 pesos a pop. So I go to the guy. I know I'm not going to pay more than 70, plain and simple. So I'm like, nah, that's okay. As I'm walking to the other guy across the street, there's traffic coming. Guy's running after me, he's down to 100, he's down to 80. Again, I just walked away from the guy, and I got another guy for 70. Now that same guy that offered me 70, he's talking to my wife, you know, in Cebuano, and they're gonna try to up it. You know, he's telling her, well, we're Filipinos, we should get more. And my wife just told me, goes, and she goes, but it's my husband. Why would I side with you? Just plain out told the guy like that. And then, you know, again, and it's really weird mentality, just because even though they think that, you know, the Filipino is married to a foreigner, they still think that the foreigner should tip higher in their favor. It's really strange.
That's what they always do. I used to get the human powered trikes in Manila, and I had a couple times where they, like, halfway through the fare, they go, it's going to cost you double. And I go, why? And he goes, you too fat.
I never had that happen.
Damn.
That would be triple in your case, Kev.
Hey, nobody's talking to you, Alan. Shut up and sit down. Oh, I didn't know you were standing up. Damn midget. I like midgets, but I like a little bit people taller, you know.
What, do you hang out at that one club in Makati where the midgets do ringside fighting and stuff like that?
No. Just I was watching The Wizard of Oz, and Aloe reminds me of one of those little guys. Wampa Wampas.
The Munchkins. The Munchkins.
Yeah.
So, hey, Aloe, when are you going back to the Philippines?
I don't know yet. It's my Australian
out with it. Say it, damn it.
Coming out.
What happened? Did you get blacklisted, Alo? Why can't you go back to the Philippines?
I can. I mean, I have a passport.
Oh, you have a Filipino passport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it American or is it Swiss?
No, it's not American. They won't let him in this country. It's not American.
Yeah, that's probably true.
We've got enough misfits here in the U.S. We don't need any more, especially Swiss/German misfits. Holy shit. We'd really have some issues here then. Just, you know, don't do anything wrong with the jeepney or anything like that. You know?
I didn't like riding the jeepneys. A couple times I had my back sliced open by a razor. So.
Oh, yeah, on a jeepney? On a jeepney?
They everything's narrow. They sneak next to you and try to cut your bag open with or my wife's purse open with a razor.
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't get my leg.
Yeah, shit. I hear about that. You know what? I haven't really had any bad experiences in jeepneys. But again, most of the time we take jeepneys in Manila. I have had no issues. I've never seen any foreigners on jeepneys, though. I think I saw one foreigner on a jeepney in Tagaytay.
I rode them all the time in Manila. They're cheap. But
yeah, I mean,
I had a friend. He was a big guy, about Kevin's size. The jeepney driver would charge him double. He said, "You take 2 spaces."
Jeepneys are too damn small. It's not easy to maneuver inside of them.
I see them hanging on the roof, hanging off the back, hanging on the sides. It's crazy.
Well, they won't let me on the roof.
I like the jeepneys, man. I mean, to me, it's like the Wild Wild West, jumping onto a jeepney and going. I
like how you pay. Like the person in the back, you're always passing change up and back and forth.
Well, yeah. The problem is we always get stuck with that front seat next to the driver. So it's like, you know, bayad po, and like, oh, fuck, they're passing the money to me. At first, I didn't know what the hell they were doing. I'm looking at people giving me money. My wife goes, hey, dude, make sure you pass it to the driver. They're not giving it to you. Yeah. I was laughing. I go, shit, don't I make a tip off of this for passing the money? She goes, no. That's why the seat's always empty.
Yeah, but if I give them 100,
but you have to pass the change back.
Well, yeah, you got to pass change back on top of that. So again, it's a lot of work. I should get a free ride, shouldn't I?
Should.
Yep. There is no free rides.
But they cram them in there. I see them on the floor, on the back, and sides, on the roofs.
Yeah. I don't like getting into them when they're real full like that. I just don't like it. I'd rather just wait for another jeepney if I can.
Well, I mean, I was in a part of Manila where the jeepney ride was about a 3-mile ride
to
the house. So when I would take a taxi, they'd say, "Where are you going?" And I tell them, like, no, they just drive off.
They're not gonna go. Yeah.
So I had to
have a special guest. So just a moment, and
Who's that?
There you go. Hey, don't worry about hold. Just wait. Okay, the door's open.
So when's Trump going to be there? Trump's going to be there next week, right? In the Philippines?
No, in a couple
I thought he was already there.
Oh, was he already there?
You're lonely. Hear that? How can you be lonely when you got a brand new baby? You can't be lonely.
I gotta try the new
Change a dirty diaper. Okay.
So who got a new baby?
Yeah, if you want to come on, the door's open. Malcolm, how come you're on twice? You got two there's two Malcolms on there.
I think that's my
I bump
phone.
one, see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Well, the door's open. Hey, Seth, I just opened up the door, so if you want to come on in, Alo's here, so you guys can hug, bump.
So no Jew
bump.
jokes. No Jew jokes.
Yeah, from now on.
High five.
Damn, Al.
You're gonna grab some food. I thought you already grabbed some food. What the heck are you talking about?
Jew jokes.
You know, just think about it. I'd like to see Aloe high on some weed or something. You know what I mean? Just to see how he acts.
Did you ever see?
That'd
Did
be
you ever
kinda
hear the expression "Arbeit macht frei"?
What's that?
No.
It's what they used to have at the front of the concentration camp. Arbeit macht frei, which means works make you free when they send them to a work camp back in the day.
Mm.
Now the thing about it is, if you ever look at it, you ever see it in like old Nazi historian, the B is backwards, and the B was deliberately shown backwards to let, and the Germans too stupid to notice it, to let everyone know that something's messed up in here. They're not going off to rehabilitation; they're going off to die, and that's why that sign is messed up. Otto, you can attest to that, right? Otto's gone.
Is he
Gone
gone?
by the fellas for the moment.
Yeah, but you ever watch that? If you ever get to the concentration camps in Europe, they're very. The Germans were so messed up that they would have to give a legitimate death certificate for every Jew they killed. So every Jew they killed, they put things like died of natural causes, died of tuberculosis, died of age-related illness. It was never, the Germans never made a death certificate out that said, yeah, we sent him to the gas chamber and we killed him. Every Jew they killed had a legitimate death certificate. You guys know that?
Okay.
No, I didn't know.
Yep. And a lot of the experiments they did on the Jews, like they throw them in boiling water and then they throw them in freezing water. And they use that medical information now to save trauma victims. They still use that information because they can't do experiments on people. So they're still using Nazi data for trauma purposes.
Well, anyway. So, Alo, you still with us?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just keeping silent, since I know that Says is in the live chat.
Yeah.
Have him come on. That'd be cool.
Well, I sent the link out to whoever wants to pop in.
Aloe's still trying to figure out which country that he needs to go to next as he trying to get to South America, right? Go through France, Aloe. Go through France, Aloe.
Right? Actually been there.
I'm sure you have. Didn't you study over there
Yeah, I
many
mean,
years ago when you were younger?
living there for a while.
Oh, you
Living there
did?
for a while in the Dijon area.
So you speak Spanish?
Ah.
Talking about mustard. That's where the famous French mustard is from.
Dijon, yeah. You know, Alo. Oh, go ahead. You know, Alo, I was in Besançon one time. That's fairly close to the Swiss border, isn't it? Besançon?
Do you call it like that? Isn't that like Besançon?
Besançon. That's what we say. Yeah, that's fairly close. It's a college town, basically.
We used to go shopping in Mulhouse.
Mm.
What's that mean?
Mulhouse? Do you know? You know Alsace?
Yeah, is that in the Alsace region? I'm not too familiar with that.
Yeah, Mulhouse is like after Basel.
Mm.
You go like Basel, and it's like the three corners of, they call it like three corners because it's like the border between Switzerland, Germany, and France.
And France? Oh, okay. Again, I mostly know about the South. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of cool.
The South is not too far from the Geneva area.
But was that town duty-free, like duty-free because it's on three borders there? Or no?
No, it's not. It's just a lot cheaper when you buy stuff from Carrefour. You know Carrefour?
Yeah, Carrefour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Is this did you go there often, or did you go there before the Euro, or
actually we'll go there like at least once or twice a year for, you know, just like big shopping tour.
Sure.
You know, they have
Hey,
a
we
lot
want
of
to confirm.
restaurants there. So,
I opened the door if you wanted to come in.
yeah.
Mm.
When was the last time you've been in France, by the way, Jerry?
I was there. Was it two years ago? I had to go out there. 2 years ago.
Why? Why did you have to go out there?
Just some family business I had to take care of.
You got still relatives in France, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got some relatives in Paris, and I got some relatives down in southern France, outside of Marseille.
So you're fluent in French then?
Fairly fluent. I mean, again, you know, I don't speak it every day, but I would say probably 80% fluency.
That's
but I still speak, you know, probably 2-3 times a month with my brother. So yeah. Oh yeah, he does.
Don't they?
What's that?
The French pretty much hate Americans.
You know, I don't know about hate. You know, the Europeans have a different outlook that the Americans do in general. So.
Oh yeah, they're liberal communists. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. I don't know about liberal communists. I'm not a communist or anything like that. Damn. Good one, Will.
But he is as liberal as they come, though.
Get that big stick in there. Get this. Really, you got to really get that pot stirring here, Will.
You could tattoo that on Jerry's forehead.
Man, it's like I'm walking on the time bomb. Are there minefields around me here? Let me just look around.
But
you know, during the Cold War, the French Air Force was allowed to land in East Germany, but nobody else was.
Now that's true. There were some Nazi sympathizers, but there was also a French underground as well, obviously.
Like Mitterrand, like the president of France, Mitterrand, he was a Nazi.
Mitterrand?
Yep.
Mitterrand. Just because he was a socialist doesn't mean he was a Nazi.
No, he was a Nazi sympathizer. That was
again.
War crimes.
You know what? I've been living in the States for about 50 years now. But I periodically go to France on a regular basis, and for many years I would go once a year, you know, to visit family and hang out and stuff like that. I try to stay away from the politics of things, and just, you know. Again,
I love going to Europe. They always come up to me and say, "Why did President Obama or President Trump did this or that?" I'm like, you know, he didn't sit down and consult with me before he did that. But next time he asks me, I'll ask that question.
But you know what, Will? Hey, Will, when I go to France, I don't speak any English the whole time I'm there. Even if I run into an American, I just don't. Plain and simple. Somebody might come up to me thinking I'm an American just because I may dress that way, but I even change clothes when I'm there. So, but I won't speak any English whatsoever, and I just play it off like I don't know how to speak English. I just don't.
Why is that?
Pardon me? I just don't. I have a different mentality. When you speak French, when you speak another language, your mentality changes. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
Witness that, like, especially when you speak German, your mentality changes. And it just takes me about a couple of days once I start speaking French on a regular basis.
Well, my mentality changes. I begin to see how stupid a lot of Americans are when I learn German.
Well, again, I see. I mean, when I'm in France, I see what Americans do and how they act. But most of the Americans I've met was down, in Marseille. It's a huge port there, and you see a lot of sailors coming in and stuff like that, and getting wasted, in the bars there on the strip there. And I don't know if you know how Marseille's port area used to be set up. I mean, it's changed now. They got rid of a lot of the brothels and stuff. They kind of, a lot of nice restaurants went in that area, so it's kind of changed a lot. But in the old days, I mean, you see stuff like that. You see the MPs, dragging their drunk sailors back to the ship and shit like that. So again, when I go to France, I just don't want to deal with any Americans. Now it's interesting. I'm come to the Philippines and I'm starting to deal with Americans, but you get a different kind of American here in the Philippines versus the type of American you meet in Europe.
You get the same idiots, like, they need to speak English. They need to speak my language if they want to do business with me.
You know what? I think it's a little different. Well, from my experience, I see a little bit different type of American that you see in Europe versus.
I've seen Filipinos, and I see Filipinos like egg an American on just to see him upset, and then they all laugh behind his back.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And you can tell they're laughing on the inside. And afterwards, they're like, they start laughing like, oh, look how upset that idiot got, So.
Yeah. Hey, Alo, do you run into a lot of you don't run into very many Americans in Switzerland, do you?
In the Zurich area, there are a couple of Americans there.
Yeah, but not very many. In general, there's not very many Americans there in Switzerland, is there? Although it is
there's a growing number.
Do they import Wonder Bread? When I was in the military, they would actually import Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread.
The worst bread ever. They would freeze it and send it all the way from the States to Germany. Wonder Bread's this white toast bread, and if you like, it's soft. You can ball it up and make a dough ball out of it. It's horrible. But what's also weird in Europe was they used to have these festivals, German-American festivals, and the Germans would stand in line for the American beer. They loved the Budweiser. And they would stand in line for this cheap ice cream. The time you get real cheap, that's the vanilla chocolate Napoleon.
Yeah.
Chocolate vanilla. They would stand in line and they would pay $5 for a little tub of this cheap.
Yeah, because it's American. Because it's American. I mean, that's how.
Nastiest stuff. I was like.
Right, but it's American. It's made in the U.S. That's why people like it.
And they used to pay for Dr. Pepper. For Dr. Pepper, they pay like $5 a can, and they buy that shit. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't really, Europe has really changed over the last few years. Alo, do you see a lot of changes although Switzerland's not as bad as France right now with the immigration problem and all that, is it?
You see a lot of immigration, yeah. But
you do, even in Switzerland too?
Yeah, but mostly like from Germany.
No, I'm talking about like from the Middle East, Syria, and all that. You guys don't have much immigration from them countries.
You see a lot more black people, Eritreans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go to Berlin every year for conferences and stuff, and Berlin, especially East Berlin, has changed a lot because a lot of the European Union money flowed into East Berlin to make it modern. So it's becoming modernized, and the old West Berlin looks like it's run down. So that's what's happening there in Germany. But then they're less Americanized. They used to be more Americanized. Now there's less Americanized. But they have a big immigration problem there. Germany for whatever reason.
France has got the same problem. Right?
Germany still has this guilt complex 60 years after the war that they have to atone for the sins of the Nazis. So they go overboard with letting all the immigrants in and giving them all these benefits. And they should say, listen, like the U.S. did with the American Indians. Like, you got your reservations, go on, move on with your lives. We're done with it. But
the problem is going to be, Will, when all this free money, when like the U.S. gives out a lot of free money to immigrants here, free health care, free this, free that. When all that gets cut off, that's when the problem's going to start, arise. People are going to be in the streets. There's no jobs here, just like in Europe. Same thing.
We
Once
don't
you
give
cut off these
anything out.
funds,
We don't give anything out like they give out in Europe. If you're an illegal immigrant and you go into Germany, you can expect to get about $1,200 a month, plus free medical, plus free dental, plus you can get your house renovated every year, plus an apartment. You don't
and
get
plus, when you have kids, you get a certain amount of money.
Exactly.
Because remember, in the old days,
every
to
kid you get
rebuild
like
the
$200.
population, they gave money for people to have kids to rebuild the population. So, I know it's like that in France. I don't know if it's like that in Germany, but I'm sure
It is
it's
like that in
very
Germany,
similar.
and they give like $300 per kid. And I know couples.
Yeah, $300 a month.
They have like 6, 7 kids. They don't give a shit about them. They just get their monthly
The
stipend.
hidden Trojan horse, guys. The hidden Trojan horse, man. It's gonna erupt.
Yep.
All right, come on, Aloe. Get the place rocking, man. I mean, I'm really disappointed in you, Aloe.
Yeah, Aloe.
About what?
I mean, usually you get this place rocking and stuff. I mean, I'm just really disappointed. You got the show going really good, and then now, you're kind of slacking.
First of all, it's not my channel, right? It's not my channel.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Hey, when are you going to start your channel again? Are you considering that or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think everybody's waiting.
But don't, Aloe, but be, no threats of violence, okay?
Of course not.
I'm not going to blow anything up or threaten to blow up anything. We're not going to kill anybody. Okay, let's avoid the skull fucking talk, okay?
But I'll make sure I send you an invite, because it's actually always good to have real wonks on the show,
PG-13. Yeah, we gotta find more veterans to attack,
Yeah, no atom bombs or any of that kind of stuff. Again, just rip up that list, Aloe. Rip up that list of things you want to do.
Yeah, that's no longer a bucket list.
Kev, the thumbs down have increased, man. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm surprised anybody took Aloe serious when he talked that way. I mean, come on.
That's okay.
But people took Aloe serious.
No, the thing is, people take you. I don't think that they really take you seriously. It's just that when they get something that they try to use against you because they don't like you for what you did, then they can turn it into something, using it kind of like a weapon. It's basically like saying, you doxed me, or you put my address out, or you put my name out there, and I will go to YouTube and try to put a strike on your channel, something like that. People will somehow look for something that they can use against you to bring you down. And I think they do it all the time. Because it's kind of like when they do the same. It's kind of like it's all joke. It's just YouTube talk, but they blame others for the same. It's just when they do it, it's just like, okay, it was not serious. It's just banter. I think they always use that.
Who is they? Who is they?
Well, let's just keep it at they. Let's just keep it at they. In general,
it's just
people in general.
It's like in general, but not only on social media. It's basically like when you don't like and I use the term opponent or enemy for the lack of term, then you will try to screen his, let's say, vlogs or shows in order for you to gather evidence for you to take down that channel. Like he mentioned my name, he said this and that, and then it's kind of like, I give you an example. Aaron from Video Freedom, he didn't really like when a couple of months ago on a show that we did that skit, where it was kind of like a Public Enemies. No, what was that? A Quentin Tarantino skit where I actually where you heard me using a machine gun and the chainsaw, killing him, right?
I didn't see that one.
I remember that.
And when you look at, for instance, at Eminem's very famous rap song where he killed his wife somewhere out in the woods or something like that.
Dear Kim or whatever.
It's always very controversial. So it's what is art, what is a skit, what is serious and whatnot. I know that everybody said, hey, that was brilliant, that was cool, and it was entertaining. The thing is, the only guy besides of Aaron, he didn't really like that and felt like he was really threatened, so it's basically also a question of what perspective that you take.
Well,
I believe that Aaron I believe that Aaron doesn't really think that he was really threatened, but he would just say, hey, look, I was threatened, it's a death threat, and I need to take this serious. I will take legal action. And it's basically like you want to exaggerate something in order for you to make it more than it really is.
Well, Aaron did have a comment. Aaron claimed to have a comment. He showed a comment from you where you said, "I'm going to kill you, Peter Van der Ver."
Yeah, I remember that. It was on SAS Style where I made fun and said, I feel like really bitter, and I feel like I wanna do something against a vlogger and so on and so forth.
But that's like at the airport. You're saying I have a bomb in my bag.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the airport you wouldn't do something like that, because then it's kind of like a security. It becomes a security issue, because if you really have a bomb, then it becomes
the law enforcement treats it the same. The law enforcement treats it the same way. We had this one kid. We had this one kid up here in Maryland, and he went and chatted. And he sent something on on Messenger. He said, "I'm going to finish today what Columbine started." Columbine was a killing in Colorado, and that kid ended up getting 13 months in jail in the state of Maryland.
Yeah. So but the thing is also on a live cast in a social media platform like YouTube, there are things that you would hear on YouTube or on Facebook and so on and so forth that it's really hard to say, because that's the issue that a lot of people talk about. For instance, in art, when in hip hop, for instance, when hip hop really got big, all the sexism and racism and where they talk about going after cops and stuff like that, and it's kind of hard to decide, is it just art, or was there a real threat behind it, because when you look at that famous song of Eminem, I think what I mean, right, where he was like rapping about murdering his ex-wife. I think his wife sued him, but everybody else just said, okay, this is just music, this is just art, right? So it's a fine line sometimes.
Well, yeah, but Kathy Lee Griffin held up a fake head that was drenched in blood that looked like Donald Trump. That's all she did.
Yeah, for instance.
She got visited by the Secret Service. She had a full-blown investigation against her for threatening Trump. And she wasn't threatening Trump. It was her brand of humor. It was stupid. It was distasteful. But it didn't merit a criminal investigation. But they do that nowadays. That's the problem.
Yeah, they'll do that to fuck with you. And actually, what was she thinking? Because Trump's going to come back at her with something like that.
Well, that kind of goes with Johnny Depp. When Johnny Depp was overseas, I think it was in Germany, and he was going to get an award, and he started talking crazy on the microphone.
Yeah, it's the same. When that woman that got fired because she showed the Trump convoy the middle finger.
Oh yeah.
But then again, in YouTube,
but she was a government employee.
I think she was like working for a contractor who works for the Pentagon.
Well, contractors can easily get fired. All contractors have to do is, they say, remove them from the contract. Speaking of which, a couple of people, it isn't hard to figure out who I am in real life. But when I was doing my veterans thing, talking about, that I think some of the stuff that our country does to veterans is wrong, and some of the veterans kind of served a lame war. Okay, they threatened to call the Department of Defense and go after my clearance because of my opinion. Okay, I'm not against the U.S. I work for the U.S. in the contractor space, but they threatened to go after my livelihood, and I've seen that happen after person because they disagree about it. And there's only one crazies, and there's crazies that will do that all the time. They will call your employee. They will publish stuff about you. They'll write nasty letters. And even if it's not true, you have to have two guys in black suits and get interrogated by them for 4 hours. It's happened to me a couple of times.
Okay, yeah.
And the case closed, but you got to take a half a day of your life. Once I got investigated, once I was on a penny stocks. I used to trade penny stocks, and I said it was a scam. And somebody said, and I said to somebody, you know what? It would be easy to put an ad on Craigslist and have them visit your house. That's all I wrote, right? I had two guys from the FBI show up at my house and question me for 4 hours because this person supposedly was a very high up individual. I didn't know who that person was. But I do take a half a day of my life to talk to the FBI about something stupid. So these things happen. It's not worth your time and effort.
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit, how should I say, that's a little bit an American phenomenon, I would say, because they take these things very, very seriously there. And,
yeah, but the Europeans are following in line. But the Europeans follow in line with the Americans.
So, yeah, because I think in the last few years, what happened is after all the anti-terrorism laws that were implemented all around the world, they expanded it to online threats and all those kind of stuff.
Yeah, they used to have a law here called the Patriot Act, right? The Patriot Act said they could record your conversations, and after 30 seconds they would cut it off if it doesn't have to do with terrorism or whatever. And then Obama made a big deal. Obama made a big deal about repealing it, and they changed it to monitor all internet traffic. And what people don't realize is everything goes over the internet nowadays. So not only can they get your calls, but they can get everything you do. The law actually
but I believe they are still evaluating the level of threat if there's a real threat. I don't believe that when people say something on YouTube, yes, they could get in trouble, but the thing is there must be so many things that goes over YouTube. When you look at the Nazi sites and when they talk about genocide and exterminating whole countries and stuff like that, there's really a lot of sick shit going on Facebook and on YouTube.
They do,
but
unless
if
you get
you
that.
do not have
They do unless you get someone's eye,
background.
Unless you piss someone off. If you piss the wrong person off,
yeah,
or they want to make an example of you. And there's plenty of people they want to make examples of, and they go after them as an example case.
Exactly.
And you hope you're not the example case if you do something like that.
The thing is that they would probably pick out somebody who has been in their systems already. Let's say it's mostly like about Islamic activities. Let's say you got a young guy, a Syrian refugee, comes to Germany, visits certain places in Germany, like a certain mosque, is publishing certain on certain FB sites that are known to support or are associated with terrorist organizations, and then he starts to make threats several times and has this background. Then I believe people you will be on their radar somehow, because all these terrorists in Europe, they know where they are from. They know what kind of mosques they visited, with whom they hang out.
They let those people go because they want to see who they're talking with. They want to see them communicate. They want to monitor their communications. The people they go
after. Hey, you guys, I'm almost ready to close down.
The people they go
just give me your last thought.
No, you can't close down.
The people they go after are people that piss someone off. I'm involved in computer crimes, and if there's one person that knows somebody that gets ripped off, they pursue that crime. Everybody else, they can say, I've been ripped off. They don't go after that crime. They just let it go because they're too busy. That's my last thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for your comments, you guys. Richard, you will get anything last to say?
Where are you going, Kevin?
I think Richard's gone. Oh, is Richard here? Yeah, he's still here.
Hello, Richard. We'll get back to you. Hey, Jay, what do you got to say for yourself, buddy?
Kevin, you're like ending the sex just right when it started getting good.
How do you know about what about sex is good?
I learned from you. I learned from you, Kevin, and I learned from Jerry.
Well, Jerry must know. I don't know.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I'm about to eat lunch here because I've got a wife that cooks for me. So I'm about to eat lunch.
Well, what else? What else does she have to do?
There's a lot more for me than you think. So let me get out of here. Alo, it's been a pleasure seeing you. Let me know. Send me a postcard from whichever country you're in next.
Alo, what time is it?
Send me your address and I'll send it to you.
Alo, what time?
Go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
Alo, what time do you have?
7 p.m. in 4 minutes.
Hey. All right, guys. Hey, Will Wonks, take care, brother. Richard, take care.
Don't want to stop. So I'm gonna stop and then turn back on. I'm not gonna make this a 3-hour show, but I'll stop and then we come back.
All right, later, guys. Later, JD.
I'll probably be in the live chat then. But I want to say thank you very much for letting me on the show, and it was a pleasure. And talking to all these guys here, it felt a little bit like a high school reunion, and I think that's a good thing. And it's all the right guys.
All right. Well, I'll come back in 10 minutes.
And thanks for coming on, Will Wonks as well. Always a pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Hello. If you come back, you're always welcome. Hopefully you'll come back on my next show in 5-10 minutes. I'm just gonna
No,
go
I
up.
will not. But I will be in the live chat.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna open. You gonna open up a live chat, or do you want me to open up another live
I
chat?
want you to open up a live chat.
Okay, I'll do it in 10 minutes.
Okay, good. See you then.
You got to take a dump first.
Well, I'm gonna eat and then maybe bring the sandwich down and take a dump and eat at the same time.
All right. Multitasking.
Well, it's like recirculation.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, bye. I'll be back in 10.
Bring Richard back with you.
Bye for now.
Well, I think Richard, he's busy, man. He's a family man. He got responsibilities.
He's using his tongue right now.
Oh, and you wonder why people don't like you that much.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I didn't say I don't like you. I like you.
All right.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
All righty.